Kate, I'm sorry this happened. It's all my fault. I'm really sorry this time. I never expected to run you over with my car.
It was an accident. Don't worry about it too much. Both Daniel and I understand. Everything's gonna be fine.
But I caused the accident while I was driving my car. And you also broke your right arm. I can't just get over it.
It wasn't life-threatening, so I'm okay. You were lucky it was me. If you had a car accident with someone else, it could have been a bigger problem.
Yeah, I was really lucky. But it was definitely unlucky for you, Kate. You let me off the hook so easily.
Well, we're relatives. I just want you to learn from your mistakes. I don't plan to ask you to pay me money or anything.
Really? Are you sure?
I don't want our relationship to get awkward because of it. I'm your daughter-in-law. You're gonna be my mother-in-law for the rest of my life. Plus, the insurance company paid me money to cover for my fees.
Thanks, Kate. I'm really sorry. It's all my fault, yet you're so kind to me. I hope I can do something in return.
If so, could you get a traffic mirror? I've been asking you this several times already. It's pretty dangerous near your parking lot.
Yes, for sure. My husband got it as soon as I had an accident.
It's difficult to look out for other cars and pedestrians when you park your car. I think the bad visibility caused this accident.
I should have listened to your advice earlier. If only I had it before this accident. I might have been able to prevent it from happening. I'm really sorry.
We can't change what already happened. As long as we learn from our mistakes, it's okay. It's something from the past.
But, oh, Kate, I have an idea. How about you move in with us for a while?
Uh-huh. Move into your house.
I heard you were about to leave the hospital. I bet you still can't use your arm. Daniel's also on his business trip, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right, but I don't want to be a burden to your family.
There's nothing to worry about. I bet it's hard to do everything by yourself with just your left arm. Let me help you, Kate. We'll look after you until you recover.
Really?
Of course. You're more than welcome. I'll be glad if you can accept my offer.
All right, if you say so. Thanks so much.
I'll pick you up on the day you leave the hospital. Before we head to my house, we'll stop by at your house so that you can get some necessities.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Kate, I'm sorry to ask you to buy so many things. Is your arm okay?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. I want to express my gratitude for having me in your house. Going shopping for groceries actually helps me exercise too.
I'm glad to hear that.
You've been so nice to me. I can't just do nothing at home. It feels nice to do housework once in a while.
Really? I hope you don't mind. You're really good with your hands, Kate. You managed to do housework with just your left arm. Doesn't it feel weird?
I'm actually surprised myself that I'm managing it. There are still many things I can't do, though.
You're doing really well. You'll be able to live your normal life again in no time.
I hope so. There's still some time until Daniel comes home from his business trip. I really hope I get better until then.
If so, do you want to try doing some more housework?
Huh? What do you mean?
You know, the housework I'm asking you to do now is easy. Like going to shop for groceries and doing some laundry.
Well, I guess it's still really hard for me to cook.
Right, but I think it's best if you start getting used to other things as well. Maybe start doing some housework on your own.
I think I get what you're saying.
Don't you agree? I'm glad you understand. We really have similar mindsets.
But, you know, I think it might still be hard for me. As I told you earlier, I can't do complicated stuff.
Be confident. You can do it. It's gonna be a big help if you can help me around the house. And I think it's also best for you. So, how about we give it a try?
If you insist. But I hope you understand that things can still be hard for me. Please go easy on me.
Of course, I completely understand.
Thanks. I'll try my best then.
Great. Then I have a favor to ask you. Could you get some more groceries?
More? I thought this was it for today.
I always list only a few things when you go shopping. I thought it might be hard for you to bring everything home. But now that I don't have to worry about it anymore, I'll give you the full list of things I want you to get.
Okay. Send me the full list.
Thanks. You're a big help. I'll send it to you later. We'll do some housework together when you come home, okay?
As soon as I get home?
The earlier we start, the better. It's better to get used to it fast.
Okay.
Thanks for helping with the housework, Kate. We'll work hard together. Kate, how was your visit to the hospital? Are you on your way home?
Yeah, I'm heading home. The doctor told me I was getting better.
Oh, it's nice to hear that. You've been out since early morning, so there's still a lot of housework left to do. Make sure you finish them when you get home.
Can we talk for a moment? I don't want to tell you this, but I think you're asking too much from me.
Too much?
I'm doing most of the housework. To be honest, I haven't seen you do anything. Let me make it clear. I'm injured.
What do you mean? You can still use your left arm. And you're really good with your hands. You can live in my house. Can't you at least do some housework?
I want to ask you something. Didn't I come to stay with you so that I can recover? I don't think this is helping me recover.
If you're capable, you should do it. I thought you said it made you feel good. Why are you complaining all of a sudden?
I was talking about the minimum. You can't just make me do everything around the house. You haven't done any housework recently.
Shut up. Just come home and do the housework. Don't complain just because you're injured.
Seriously. Why do you think I'm injured?
I thought you said it was an accident. Why do you have to bring that up? Shut up and do your work.
Oh, I see. You're over. Goodbye.
Uh-huh. What do you mean? What's over?
I was just talking to myself. I'm glad I got to know your honest feelings. I thought I might be honest with you, too.
You don't make any sense. Forget it. Just come home and do the housework. Or I'll never forgive you.
No, I'm never going to your house again. Daniel is coming home today from his business trip. I'll go and get my stuff with him after he gets home.
Huh? Daniel is coming home already? I thought that wasn't the plan.
Well, plans are bound to change. You'll understand soon. Thanks for having me. Things are gonna get hard for you, but good luck.
What do you mean? I won't forgive you if you don't come home. How about the housework?
Do it yourself. I'm gonna get busy, so I can't waste my time on you. Goodbye.
Kate, a lawyer sent me a letter about our accident and compensation money. What's going on?
Everything should be clear. As it says on the letter, I'm asking you to pay for compensation. Apparently, I can still ask you for it. So I decided to do so.
What are you thinking? I thought you said you won't be asking me for money.
Back then, that was what I planned. We didn't even discuss about it properly. I still have the right to ask you for compensation.
How can you bring this up again? Why are you doing this to me?
I thought I told you this before. I told you I won't be asking for money as long as you learn from your mistakes.
So what? I learned from my mistakes.
Don't be ridiculous. Try reflecting on your actions. You definitely didn't learn from your mistakes.
What did I do? I got a traffic mirror near my parking lot. And I even offered you to stay with our family until you recover. I'm clearly trying to make it up for you.
See? I never asked you to take care of me. And you made me do all the housework.
I thought you were capable of doing housework. Come on, this isn't much of a problem.
Considering my injury, you should know that it's hard for me to do housework.
But you still did it. You never complained, too.
I told you it was too much for me, but you never listened. You kept on saying that I should do something in return. But you were technically forcing me to do so. How can you act like this when I'm injured because of you?
That's your interpretation. I never intended to do so. I'm not the villain here.
If you really think you did the right thing, be confident with yourself. There shouldn't be any problem even if I sued you. Why are you suddenly silent? I thought you did nothing wrong.
I am sorry about the accident, but I don't understand why you want to sue me.
Well, that's up to me, isn't it? I don't care how you feel about it. And by the way, I'll also sue you regarding how you've been treating me.
What do you mean?
As I said earlier, while I lived with you, you treated me pretty harshly. Not only that, you made me get injured. You also treated me like a housemaid. So I decided to sue you regarding both of these things.
Don't be ridiculous. How can you sue me for just those things?
Don't you realize that's why you're being sued? I have proof from when I lived with you. And I also have these conversations recorded. I think I have a pretty high chance of winning this case.
Hey, wait a moment. Is Daniel home from his business trip? What did he say about this issue? I'm guessing he's asking you to stop all this nonsense.
Why would he? He's the one who decided to sue you. He's even planning to break relations with you.
You have to be kidding. I'm his mother. His real mother.
If you can't believe it, go and ask him directly. Let's meet in the courtroom. There's no use arguing right now.
Please, listen to me. I am so sorry. Let me apologize for everything. If you want money, I'll pay you as much as you want. Don't sue me. Please, it's ridiculous.
I thought you already received a letter from my lawyer. It's too late. If you regret everything, blame yourself. I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends. As I planned, I sued my mother-in-law and successfully won the case. Not only that, I got some compensation from the accident. I was also able to receive some more money regarding how she planned everything beforehand. I'm not sure why she offered me to stay at her house in the first place, but from the evidence, it was judged to be premeditated. My mother-in-law and her family are currently having a hard time gathering enough money to pay for compensation. Shortly after I got home from her house, my arm fully recovered, and now I'm back to living my normal life. Housework felt so easy after completing them with just one arm when I was living with her. I guess I was the one who benefited most through this incident.
Hey, Mom, are you up already? I just wanted to say that I really wish that you and Dad would stop fighting all the time. Did you know that Ginny had to come into my room and sleep in my bed because she was so upset?
Oh no. Did you hear us talking last night? I'm so sorry about that, Sarah. I guess we just got a little more loud than we thought. We didn't mean to wake either of you.
Well, I know that you two have been trying to hide it for a while now. But I know for several nights now you and Dad have been fighting non-stop.
Well, I won't lie to you. You're not wrong about that.
At least I feel like I can handle it, but I feel so bad for Ginny. She's just so young and she doesn't understand, and she was crying all night.
I know that it's really hard on you two, but I'm just afraid that there's nothing to really be done about it. Although, since you're in high school, I'm sure that you have a much better idea about what's actually going on than your sister does. But I just think you should know that I'm thinking of leaving your father.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that things were heading that direction.
I really am sorry that you've had to deal with us fighting so much, though. We really did try to make this work. I didn't think we'd end up here.
Well, if it's really what you want to do now, then I don't suppose there's any point in fighting it. But I just wonder about what's going to happen to us.
Well, what would you like to happen? I mean, do you have a preference for who you'd rather live with?
I'm sorry, Mom. I don't think that I can answer that right now. I need more time to think on it.
Of course, dear. Well, I'll talk to your father about this, and in the meantime, you should really think about what I asked you. After all, you're going to be starting college soon, and a lot more is going to be changing for you. So maybe it would just be easier if I took Ginny and left.
Hold on a second. You mean that I wouldn't be living with my own sister? I would only be living with Dad, and you would take Ginny and just go? That's not what I want to happen at all!
Oh, I know that it's tough right now, but you need to remember that your sister is only 9 years old. I really think she still needs her mother. But you're much older and more mature, so I think that it would be okay if you stayed with your father, don't you?
I don't know. It's just... Well, I'm not really sure about that.
And just what part of this aren't you sure about, dear?
Well, it's just that... Are you really sure that you're going to be able to take care of Ginny all by yourself?
And just what is that supposed to mean, Zara?
I'm just saying that you've always been a housewife and you've never had a job. So what's going to happen when Ginny grows up? What if she wants to go to college? How are you going to save up for her? At least Dad has more means.
Are you trying to make me feel bad for this? You really don't think that I'll be able to take care of one measly little girl?
I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything like that at all, I promise. It's just that she's my little sister, and I want to make sure that she's taken care of well. I mean, at least if we were together, it wouldn't just be one parent. I could watch Ginny too.
You know, your father said the exact same thing to me. But I am not going to just stand here and take an insult like that. If you think that I'm going to hand over Ginny, you're wrong. She's my daughter, and no one else is going to have her. I am going to raise her, got it?
But aren't you worried about what effect that might actually have on her? I just don't actually know if you have the means to be able to raise a child on your own. I know that you love Ginny, but I do too, and that's why I'm saying this.
And just what would a high school girl like you know about working or raising a kid, huh? You think you know better than me?
I'm not saying that I know better than you. I know that I'm just in high school. But I'm not just worried for Ginny. I'm saying all of this for your sake as well.
I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to kick me out of the family. You don't want me to have anyone left, do you? Well, that's just all the more reason to not let you lay a finger on Ginny. I'll raise her to be a much better daughter than you. You'll see.
Mom, please. I know that you're under a lot of stress right now, but we need to think about this calmly. Besides, it's not like being divorced means that you won't ever see any of us again. Please, I really think that we need to be putting Ginny first.
You keep saying that we should be doing this all for Ginny, but I think that you just want her for yourself. I'm not being the selfish one. You are. How dare you try and steal my own daughter away from me? If you really loved her, you wouldn't try and take her away from me. A girl needs her mother at this age, so you don't dare try and ruin my family anymore.
I get that you love Ginny, but I think that you're letting your emotions blind you. How about we just ask Ginny what she would prefer? Would that be okay?
Well, of course we can do that. And if Ginny said that she would want to go with her father, then that would be just fine. Anyways, I was going to tell Ginny about the divorce tonight and see what she thinks.
Mom, if you want to divorce Dad, then that is between you and him. But I think that you need to be very careful with how you deal with Ginny. I mean, you know how sensitive she can be. And I just know she's going to be crushed when she hears about the divorce.
I know that. I am her mother, after all. And of course, she should be sad. This is a sad thing. You're the one who's being way too calm about all of this. Don't you realize that this is your family that we're talking about here, too?
I get that, but things have been going downhill for a while, and I knew this was coming. So I guess I just had a bit more time to prepare for this is all. Besides, I'm not a little kid anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. You're such a mature adult still in high school, aren't you? You really are just like your father.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I was cleaning around the house and I think I found your ring. You told me that you'd been looking for this for a while, right?
You mean the one that's from your grandma? Is that the ring that you're talking about?
I don't really know about that, but I think it's a ruby on the ring. Either way, the rock on the ring is red, and I remember you saying that you were looking for that.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one I've been looking for all over. So you just found it cleaning around the house? I must have dropped it somewhere, but thank you so much for finding it.
Well, if you want, I can go ahead and send it to you. But if you're worried about it getting damaged, I can just hand deliver it.
No. I don't think that there's any need for you to go and do that. Besides, I'd be at home with my new husband, so better for you not to come.
Hold on a second. You're with your new husband? You're already remarried? But you and Dad have only been divorced for like 6 months.
Don't go and get your panties in a twist. I'll have you know that I wasn't dating this guy until after your father and I were apart.
That's not really the part that I'm worried about with this, Mom.
Well, anyways, I just know that my new husband would be really mad at me if he knew my eldest daughter had visited here. So don't think that you're ever going to meet him because he's not interested. Go ahead and just mail the ring. Don't bring it over.
Right. Okay, I guess I can do that. Is Ginny okay then?
What do you mean? Why are you asking about her all of a sudden?
Well, it's just that I'm worried about her, and I just want to make sure that she's adjusting to everything okay. After all, it's just you two living with each other now. And since you have a new husband, I just hope that she's doing okay.
There's nothing to be worried about at all, Sarah. If you must know, Ginny and my new husband Brent get along just fine. He's practically like a father to her already.
Well, I certainly hope that's the case. But this is just all a little unexpected. I guess Ginny's grown up a lot in these past 6 months, huh?
Exactly. So it's like I said, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to your little sister. The three of us are doing just fine. You may even be surprised to hear that we're not even having any money troubles, so there.
Well, I guess that's all really good news then. I am happy and surprised to hear all of that. And congratulations on your wedding, Mom. I hope that you and Brent are happy. I'm glad that it sounds like he and Jenny get along so well.
If anything, I'm the one that's worried about you. After all, with you and your dads having the personalities that you do, well, has the house burned down yet?
I really don't think things are going to get that bad for us. But things are pretty normal for us here. Nothing too crazy going on.
Is your dad taking care of you? Are you leaving the house to do fun things at least?
I mean, he and I will go shopping for groceries and stuff like that. But no, we haven't actually gone out and done anything like an amusement park or anything.
I knew it. It's just as I feared. That's why I couldn't stand to leave Ginny there. She would have been bored out of her mind. But at least here she has every form of entertainment that you can think of.
Sarah? Are you there? Please, answer me. I'm so hungry.
Oh my gosh, Ginny! It's been so long! And if you're hungry, then why don't you go and get yourself something to eat, silly?
I haven't eaten in a long time. I'm starving, Sarah.
Hey, Ginny, hold on a second. You're starting to worry me here. Hasn't Mom been making you anything to eat? Ask her to feed you.
I can't do that. She isn't even at home. Mom hasn't been home in a long time.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? Why isn't Mom at home? Are you at home right now? Are you there with anyone at all?
I'm not at home, but I was told that this isn't my home.
What do you mean? Who told you that? Who would say that to you?
It's my new dad, Brent. He told me that I'm not allowed to be at home anymore.
But then, Ginny, where are you right now if you're not at home?
I'm in the shed. I'm in the shed behind the house in the lawn.
I don't believe this. Is this some kind of joke? Am I being punked right now or something?
It's not a joke, Sarah. I'm really in the shed, and I'm so hungry.
Well, what about Mom? Where is she right now? Why isn't she helping you out?
Because Mom told me that I have to do every little thing that Brent tells me to do. So I don't want to ask for help since he put me out here.
Hold on, is Mom even there? Why isn't she taking care of you? Where is Mom right now?
She's with Brent, and they're both out traveling right now.
Wait just a second. You're telling me that our Mom and Brent are out traveling right now? And that they've left you out in the shed in the yard and that you're there all alone?
That's right. Brent said that I wasn't allowed in the house because I'm a bad girl.
I don't know what to say at all. This is just horrible. What in the world is Mom thinking? And you haven't eaten a meal in a long time? Is that what you're telling me?
The last time that I ate was a couple of days ago.
And what about at school? Are you at least getting fed meals by the school?
I haven't been going to school. Everyone says that I'm smelly there anyways, so I decided that I don't want to go to school anymore.
What do you mean? Why in the world are the kids there saying that you're stinky?
It's because I haven't had a bath in forever. I stink, and I know it. But so does everyone else, and they always tell me.
Wait, what? Ginny, oh my goodness, I had no idea at all. That's just horrible.
Brent told me that he wasn't going to waste having to pay more for water just so that I could take a bath.
What kind of sicko is this guy? Who doesn't let a child take a bath?
Please, Sarah, you have to believe me. I'm not really a bad girl. It's not true at all.
I know that it's not true, sis. You're a good girl, and I've really, really missed you. You just wait right there. I'm gonna go and pick you up and put an end to all of this. We're going to get you cleaned up and fed, and everything is going to be okay, all right?
I want to go back home. I want to be with you and Dad. I hate this place. It's so horrible.
I know, it sounds just terrible, but don't worry. We're going to get you out of there. I still don't understand why you even ended up going with Mom. After all, I thought that you told Mom you wanted to go with me.
I did. I told her that. I said that I wanted to be with Sarah when she asked who I wanted to be with.
So then, you didn't tell Mom that you wanted to go and live with her, is that right?
That's right, and I still want to live with you and Dad. I told that to Mom again, and she got really, really mad. And that's why Brett said that I was a bad girl.
So then you wanted to come and live with Dad and I from the very start. I don't believe this. How could she lie like that? Well, you just wait right there. I'm going to pick you up and get you out of there, and you'll finally be coming home.
Hey, Jenny, where the heck did you go, huh? I thought we told you to wait at the house until we got back. You knew that we were getting back today, didn't you? Do you want to spend even more time in the shed?
If you're looking for Jenny, you should know that she's in the hospital right now. But please, do go on about the shed, Mom.
Wait a second. Is this Jenny?
No, it isn't. It's your other daughter, Zara.
Wait, what? Why in the world are you texting me from Jenny's number? What the heck is going on here? This is Jenny's number, isn't it?
Yes, it is Jenny's number. And if you want to know how I'm texting you from it, it's because I'm here with her right now. And you have put my poor little sister through hell. Do you know that? How could you do this to your own daughter? You left her outside and told her to sleep in the shed until you and your husband got back from a trip. You lied to me and told me that you were taking good care of her.
Just tell me where my daughter is. Where did you take her? Give her back to me right now.
You really think that I'd ever give her back to you? I'm going to protect her from you. You're never getting her back.
I'm your mother, and I demand that you return her to me right now. She is just a child. You can't just kidnap her.
You're right, she is just a kid, and that's why I'm stepping in as an adult to help her now. I've already told Dad, and he rushed his way back here.
Hold on a second. You mean that you told your father about what was happening with Jenny?
Of course I told Dad what was going on, Mom, and when he saw the state that she was in, he was almost in tears. Were you making her live like this for the entire 6 months? We're going to report all of this to Child Protective Services.
Hold on a second. We don't need to go and get any kind of authorities involved here. Let's not get carried away here.
You do realize what you did to Jenny is a crime, don't you? And that's to say nothing of all the bruises that were on her body. What did you do to my sister? Why would you treat her this way?
I have no idea what you're talking about. She's still just a little girl. She probably just fell over while playing or something.
No, I think she got these bruises from some cruel monster hitting her. And the doctors at the hospital seem to agree as well. So you better believe that we're going to get CPS involved. I'm surprised that you haven't heard anything from them yet.
But I mean... Look, you can't just do this to me. Give me my daughter back right now.
I told you that it's not going to happen. In fact, Jenny told me that when you and Dad split up, that she told you she wanted to go with Dad and I. You lied to me and said that you would ask her where she wanted to go. And you lied to her by telling her that she had a choice. Well, Dad and I are going to rescue her from you. You're not raising her for another day.
How dare you talk to your own mother this way? Just who do you think you are, huh? What gives you the right to act this way?
You're no mother of mine. Here I thought that Jenny would at least be safe with you, but I shouldn't have even trusted you that far. You only did this to save your own pride. You couldn't stand the fact that Dad could provide for us, and that you couldn't, and you ended up hurting Jenny.
I knew that you were going to be trouble. The moment that I started to sense more of your dad than I did myself, I knew that you were going to be nothing but trouble.
I am glad that I'm more like Dad. At least he would never abuse his children like this, all to protect his fragile ego. He's nothing like you, and that's a good thing. I just hope that you're ready to face the full consequences of what you've done here. After finding out the horrible treatment that my mom and her new husband had been showing Jenny, I knew that we had to get her out of that house somehow. My dad came straight from work to get me and take me to Mom's house to save Jenny. When Jenny was finally able to leave the hospital, she told the police all about the horrible things that she'd been put through. It was more than enough to convince a jury that my mom and Brent needed to be put away for a long time. They were forced to pay a huge fine, which we used to move to a new city where the two of them could never find us, even if they did get let out. Jenny is seeing a therapist, but I think being at home with Dad and I is doing wonders for her. She's slowly starting to return to her old self. I made the mistake once to let Jenny be taken by someone else, but I am not ever going to let anything like that happen to my little sister again. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.